We got the zip zap somewhere?
Maybe where it's supposed to be.
You think we actually put something away? So, gasket. Click, click. Camera noise. Now. And I still can't do it. One-handed. Maybe. Holy crap, we got it. Okay, if your car is shuttering when you do different angle of throttle, it's most likely your throttle body or pedal. Right now it's shuttering. And I'm pushing in, it's okay. Let off a little bit, shutters, let off all the way, it stops. If it completely stops while you're driving down the road and you have no throttle at all, turn your car off for 3 seconds, turn it back on. All right, welcome back. Today we are working on the Acura TL. The problem is the throttle body would either quit working or only work at certain pedal levels. So I think it's the throttle body or it could be the pedal. We're going to try the throttle body first since I have one on the other car. It throws the code, makes the VS whatever light come on, check engine light come on, and it also, when you're driving down the road or even like at low speeds, it almost feels like that the very first quarter of your sweep that it's not registering. So I was having a hard time, taking off, getting off the line because I couldn't, pedal that throttle properly. I would have to push it more than what I wanted to actually get it to go. And CJ probably experienced this trying to move this car. Anyway, so we've got to disconnect this wire, disconnect this plug. I don't know how CJ can see any of this without the Insta on. And then you have two hoses down here on the bottom, which have coolant in them that need to get swapped over. So CJ show us the new throttle body. It should be pretty simple. 4 bolts, those 2 plugs, a gasket. If this one breaks, we're gonna have to get a gasket. And then these 2 coolant hoses, right? So CJ was working on taking these OEM ones off. Yeah, so this plug, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this sensor right here. I guess that's a sensor for something. Okay, hopefully we can get it off and not rip the gasket. But if we do rip the gasket, we're gonna have to go get a new one. So this one's pretty easy. Just push down, pull out. Same thing with the side one. Push down, pull out. Obviously you have to take off your intake tube. And I need to find out why this thing's not mounted. We're just flopping around here. Huh, okay, so CJ, you need oh, you're doing something. All right, while you're doing this on camera, I'll take that off with one hand, because that's all I got.
This hose is on really tight.
That's probably why they just cut them off. So first thing you need to do is, oh, you did it. So now you just need to get the hose removal tool and stick it in there and go all the way around, or you get a pair of pliers and you grab onto the rubber and you try and twist it.
Okay.
This is why we need you to be in more videos, because this stuff like that is second nature to me. But for somebody trying to do this by themselves, they probably don't know any of these tricks. All right, so these should be 12 millimeter. So I'll grab my ratchet. We got the zip zap somewhere?
Maybe where it's supposed to be.
You think we actually put something away? And if you had the OEM intake, there'd be a lot more to it than just taking off this hose. Okay, we're in luck, CJ. The gasket stayed in one piece. So now you just gotta figure out how you're gonna get these hoses off. And the coolant is hot because we let it run for however many minutes. So this one I'll take off with the screwdriver.
I got these 2 off.
You're gonna have to do that to this because I can't use 2 hands. So I've already cleaned this with brake clean, so it should be good to go, except for it's been riding in the back of the car for several months. So it's gonna leak coolant when you take it off, just be aware.
Okay. Do we need something to catch it?
No, it'll just leak on the gravel. Maybe it'll kill the weeds.
Difficult to turn it and not have this move.
Well, that's on the stud, so it shouldn't move that much.
Right, but it's like, I don't have that much room to work.
Hold on.
Have you tried to pull it off?
No, not yet.
Because right now all we're doing is cutting the hose. Why don't you try pulling it off first?
Yeah, I can't get it off right now.
There, it's broken. Now you gotta cut that off. And hopefully this hose is long enough to reach. Where does it go to? It goes to the back side of that intake. So now you got one off. Did you get the clamp off this other one? Still gotta do that. I think you should take it off. Throttle body off. Turn it to the side, the other way, clockwise. And then, did you try sticking something inside here between the hose and the thing? Yeah, get that hose removal tool and work it out of there. So stick this inside there and then just work it around. Look, I broke that hose too. I might have to get new hoses.
You think they're just super old?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the car's 2007. Okay, so let's take a look. See, you have one hose that's not even tight. Okay, so this hose not even tight. I can almost take it off without even loosening the clamp. Okay, and then this hose feels like the OEM hose. Doesn't even have a clamp on the end. Oh yeah, it does. You just can't see it. Let's rotate this around here. Pull that clamp off. And then grab that. Okay, so we need two hoses. Rotate this around because that's what you can do. We're leaking all of our coolant out. Okay.
That one broke too?
This is the original hose, right? And it only broke because I shoved the thing in there. But this, whatever hose they use, must be from China. Because, wow, and it's hard as rock. So obviously we're gonna need to go get some hoses. And since we have to go to O'Reilly's, we might as well get a gasket. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here and right here so it doesn't leak all on the ground while we're gone. And then let's go get a roll of heater hose. I wonder if this is fuel injection hose. Didn't even say. And a gasket. All right, we'll be back. Don't put your finger in here. It'll hurt. Okay, we ready? So we got the new hose. Not 100% confident this is gonna be strong enough because it's not even braided. Is the original hose braided? No, it's not. Okay, so you need to make one of these, and then you're gonna need to make one of these, but you gotta make it longer because remember we broke off both ends. And this you can use to cut with.
Okay.
And then where's our gasket? So, gasket. Click, click. Camera noise. Now, this is all they had. We had to drive to another store to get it. Did not have it at the local O'Reilly's. And I'm having a hard time opening this thing. Is that for the short one?
Yep.
So I would probably maybe leave that one long.
Okay.
Probably maybe.
It looks like it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, just leave it long. So you're gonna need all your old clamps, the spring clamps. We should at least scrape it off a little bit. And then, do we even check and see if this is the right one?
Hey, this clamp isn't tight like at all.
And it's not gonna work. So you're gonna have to get, because I guess this is a lot thinner. So you're gonna have to get the worm clamps. Let me go get those. And here's the nut driver for it. And I actually got 4 clamps, but you should have one somewhere on a hose. Which one on the throttle body does it go to?
Oh, I don't know that.
That's what you gotta figure out. So the small one goes right here to the closest.
Okay.
And then this goes to the one right underneath the throttle body. All right, let me get a scraper to that throttle body. Take that gasket off.
How do I get this thing on? Oh, I can't get on without it moving. Alright, that's probably good. Make sure this can't move. Feels good.
Take the gasket off?
Yep.
Alright, so we want to scrape this off here, make sure there's no extras. So this is a gasket scraper. It's got like a carbide or something tip on it. Alright, and then we'll do it to this side. Alright, where's that gasket at? So, it can go this way, or it can go this way. I think it's supposed to go this way, because it covers both of those. There's a couple ways to do this. Usually, I like to put this gasket stuff on it, this aircraft, but if you do that, it's like you're never getting the gasket off. It's going to be impossible to clean. And I think since this is pretty clean, we don't have any big divots. There's probably one right here. I think this is going to be okay. So you can do it without the gasket stuff and stick it right on. Alright, so you want to connect your hoses, connect both these hoses. So put this one on here while it's sitting here, right? And then you'll have to put this end on before you put the throttle body on, and then put this one on, and then stick your throttle body on.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So, where's your clampy do? I can't use my hand, so you're gonna have to figure this out. So you want to put this on in a way where you can loosen the clamp when it's on here. So if you have it, flip it around like this. This is the way it goes.
Okay.
Right? So is that where you want that clamp if you have to loosen it again? No. So I'd flip it to where this is on the bottom. Just take it all the way off and slide it back on. The clamp is easier.
Then when it's like this, it'll be like that. And how tight do we want to make these clamps?
It's gotta be pretty tight. Did I get the wrong one? Why is this all skipping like... Oh, it's different, CJ. Yeah, that one's different than this one. We're gonna turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
So it's easier to get to. That should be tight.
What are you working on?
The Acura. It broke down on the way home
Yeah, why?
from Houston.
Houston? Why?
Why? Because it's old.
Oh. You can see the other way?
Is this the wrong one again? It's the wrong one, CJ. Okay, take it off. I'm gonna find the right one. You have to use a Phillips head screwdriver.
This right here. This right here.
How'd you like this tool? Chomp, 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 chomp.
It didn't cut the thing all the way.
What do you mean didn't cut it all the way?
Like I pressed it all the way down, and it was still a little piece hanging off.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really made for it.
So how do I get it so I'm not like, cause coming in like this?
So you want it, so you have a little bit, you can prop it up. So let's prop it up a little bit until it's kind of tight, and then push it down where it's past the nipple. Alright, that's good.
So then,
So now you have to get this one on.
okay, it's going to go on like this.
Nope.
No.
You want to get this hose on before you do that.
Okay.
So turn it sideways or some way where you can access it, like probably like that, and put your clamp on there and put your hose on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot. GoPro's better there. So when it is on there, it's gonna be like this. Yeah. So this is facing up. We'll want this one facing maybe right here-ish. So probably right here. Alright, so I'm gonna want it probably facing kind of like this is the best way I can think of right now.
You can get it as close to that as possible.
Okay.
So now you got both your hoses, and at this point in your life, you can do one of two things. You could pressure test the system to make sure none of this stuff leaks, or you let it ride, and if it leaks, you're in trouble. Most people are not going to have a pressure tester. So let's move our hose. Hold on. I think we need to go on the outside of this hose. So undo it from here.
You want to like turn the hose so it's not all messed up?
Yeah. Uh-oh. We have to find that. It fell in the tray on the car.
Oh.
Okay. So this goes up and around.
You sure it's over here?
Yeah, I heard it. You're probably gonna have to get under there and feed your arm underneath that tray.
Okay.
Might as well pause the camera watching yourself look for a nut.
Okay, we had to take the tray down there off, but we found this, and apparently it was just this big bolt.
This looks like a transmission fault, so I wonder where that's missing from. I looked on the bottom, all 4 bolts are in the bottom. I don't know. Alright, we'll go ahead and put... CJ, we just dropped that. It spent 15 minutes trying to find it.
What? What? Uh-oh. Insta turned off.
You just need a battery for that, and then we can zip zap it together, and then find these wires. Okay, make sure you torque it to spec. Still gotta, at some point we gotta fix the mount for this.
Here's the flat blade.
Okay, we're gonna have to reset the codes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Dada.
Hi. Okay. And that's it, we successfully replaced the throttle body. Okay, so here's the aftermath of replacing the throttle body, which turns out was not the problem, which I don't think it is. So it threw a code, and I was able to actually check the code because I had my phone with the scanner on it, and it was, I believe, 2138. The accelerator pedal sensor, something, throttle position sensor, whatever it is, I have to replace the sensor that's on the pedal, not the throttle body. It's doing all kinds of funky stuff like jerking and everything else when I'm trying to go. Okay, so it's got a plug in here, throttle guy goes in there, and then it mounts somewhere. There's 2 screws there. So how does this work out here? It looks like we are where are you? Oh, are you in the engine bay? No way. Is it? Must be. Okay. I'm looking, and I'm not seeing anything obvious here. Brake booster. It's got to be to the right of the brake booster, right? Fail. It's going to be so obvious when you find it. What is going on here? This has to go under that. It's already broken. Everything's broken. Car's almost 20 years old. Where is this stupid thing at? Wait a minute. I think I know what's going on. Cable. I see a cable. Aha! Wow. If you would have asked me what this was, I would have told you that was the cruise control. So, okay. This is maybe not so bad, but I think maybe not so right, because that does not look like what I have. Okay, so that plug will plug into there. So this has to be it. I guess I have to take a bunch of stuff apart to make it go on that bracket. Okay, well, do I wait for this to cool off, or do I tackle this right now? Alright, we're gonna tackle this right now. Looks like we got 10 mil here and a 10 mil there, then the cover should come off. Let's check. Okay, 2 10 mil bolts. Let's put those somewhere where we'll lose them. Pull this cover off. Does this have to come off? I'm hardly even on, so let's see if we can squeeze it out of there. Squeezed it. Okay, so that's that. Here's the part number if you guys want that.
Okay, so now it's on a bracket, which is attached to another bracket. So let's take these 10 mils. This one right here. Okay, so the one with the big washer goes on that side. Now we have the whole assembly. Okay, I'm really thinking taking this out. I mean, hell, there's no bolt or anything holding it in anyway. Okay, what am I getting hung on, dude? Give me a break here. Okay, so 2 bolts right there. Can I get all that stuff in there? Of course not. So I gotta take this all the way apart. I can't do this one-handed. Okay, let's pray you can see something. So now, isolators should de-isolate. Okay, more 10 mil bolts. Okay, so these go into your Hootis. Now, we just need to undo all this stuff. Looks like maybe 12 mil wrench. Let's not destroy the cover, alright? Okay, you probably should have undone this when it was attached to stuff, because now it's just a pain in the butt. This is too tight. Can we do it from this side? Well, that side's not going to move because it's right up against that. So you have to do it from this side. Okay, let's see what we can destroy getting this off. Oh, I get it. So we'll leave that like that. Rotate this out. Rotate the new one in. It's definitely not as tight as the old one. I feel like it should be. I feel like there was no slack before. So let's get the slack out of this thing. I guess I should have tested that before. Well, I got as much slack out as I could. It's pretty tight there. Alright, let's get it back on this bracket. Hopefully we put it back the way it's supposed to go. I really hope you can see. This can only go on one way, right? These are the bolts for this guy. How'd you manage that? Okay. Now you gotta get it back down in here. It's gonna be a lot harder than getting it out. So annoying. Might have to do this without the video proof. Since I can't hold the damn camera, I don't have a tripod, I don't have nothing. I'm on the road, so I'm kind of limited here what I can do. You know what? Why don't we just loosen this? Since let me loosen this, and then maybe it's easier to fish it. Look at that. That's way better. I really hope you saw that. So that will go here. One with the big washer due to high temperature. I hate you. Okay, so it was a lot easier to put that bolt in after I took this one out. So now I just line this one up. It's gonna be easier to line this one up, I think. And I still can't do it one-handed. Maybe. Holy crap, we got it. As long as I didn't cross-thread it. Before we tighten that, I think we should put this cover on and then make sure that's tight. So mangle that, these bolts again. Oh, and this one's gonna be a nightmare. Magnetic, look at that.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Okay, now if you need original Honda numbers, I don't see no original Honda anything on here. I think it's been replaced before. Who knows? But this is it. Do what you want, and try not to damage your replaceable covers. Alright, so this goes back on with all the broken clips, and then this goes back in here with the little Buddhists. You know, you're really not helping me here. Okay, something's not right. I'll figure all this out when I get home. Alright, there we are. Road trip repair, whatever you want to call this. Yeah. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the comments. Okay, just started it. Check engine light's still on. I'm probably I'm gonna have to reset it because it's a hard code. But let's go on a little test drive here. Oh, it already feels 100% better. Like the throttle response. Oh yeah, no, this is night and day difference. I can actually ease in and out of the clutch. Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, I just didn't have any, you know, low throttle response. You'd always just be jerking like what's missing, you know, a couple pads inside that rheostat or something. Yeah, this is good.